I was making a chocolate cake when I had a crazy idea. I scraped all the dog shit I just stepped in off my shoe and mixed every last bit of it into the batter. Then I brought the freshly baked cake to my neighbor's door. The guy who just moved in had no idea what was coming. He happily accepted my kind gesture. He picked up the cake and gave it a sniff. When he didn't notice anything off, he shoved it right into his mouth.
Good?
Why did I do this? Because this neighbor was driving me absolutely insane. I hated him from the bottom of my heart. A few days ago, a young guy moved in next door. At first, I didn't pay much attention until I came home after a long day at work, ready to rest. Loud, heavy metal music came blasting through the walls. I was annoyed, but I let it slide. I figured a young guy celebrating his move was no big deal, but I underestimated his energy. It was 4 in the morning, and that awful music still hadn't stopped. The next morning, after a sleepless night, I had no choice. I dragged my exhausted body to work. As I walked across my lawn, I almost stepped in dog shit. That new neighbor actually let his dog shit on my lawn. After another exhausting day at work, I just wanted to get some rest. But that ear-piercing music started up again. I couldn't take it anymore. I stormed over and knocked on his door. To my surprise, this tough-looking guy was actually pretty easy to talk to. He immediately told his friends to turn down the music. Then I brought up what happened that morning and told him to control his dog. He agreed right away and promised it wouldn't happen again. I was pretty satisfied with his attitude. I went back to bed and fell asleep instantly. But it didn't last long. I was woken up again by the blaring music. It was 4 in the morning again, and this time it was even louder. I was absolutely furious. I rushed over and knocked on his door again.
The music down.
Seriously, what's your fucking problem? No, look at me. What's your fucking problem? Are you allergic to fun or something?
But if you don't turn it down, I'm gonna have to call the police.
When I threatened to call the cops, he immediately got aggressive. I realized talking to him was completely useless, so I decided to call the police. But they told me it wasn't their problem. To get some decent sleep, I ordered a pair of noise-canceling headphones online. That night, I put them on. Finally, I couldn't hear the noise anymore. But just as I was about to enjoy some peace, I realized I couldn't fall asleep wearing them. Meanwhile, the noise from next door kept getting louder. The music was so loud, my water glass was shaking. The next day, I dug through my drawers and found the key. My parents used to live in that house. I decided to use this key to get my revenge. The following day, I waited by the window. The moment I saw my neighbor leave, I grabbed the key, unlocked the door, and slipped inside. I slashed his speakers with a knife. Then I poured an entire bottle of beer all over his music player. After I was done, I went back to my place. I felt a satisfaction I had never felt before. That damn music was finally gone. But later that night, I suddenly heard aggressive banging on my door.